Welcome everyone to High Prana with Maloney. In this space, we talk about health, wellness, and share positivity and inspiration to uplift the human mind. Today, our guest is singer and songwriter, recently turned author, and art of living teacher, Jeremy Occupanti. Hi, Jeremy. Thank you so much for joining us.
Hi, Milani. Thank you very much. It's my pleasure.
And he's joining us all the way from the other end of the globe. So it's morning there and it's evening here in California. So thank you, Jeremy, again.
You're welcome.
To briefly introduce you all to Jeremy, he again, as I mentioned, recently turned author, singer, and songwriter with 5 albums to his name, passionate educator and creativity coach. And the reason I bring Jeremy here is because I am reading his amazing book
Oh, thank you. Thank you.
that I absolutely love. And it is so interesting and so much fun. Every page, every line is filled with magic and fun, Jeremy. I have to share
Wow, that's great. That's why I wrote it.
that. So, Jeremy has been an art of living teacher for over 25 years, spreading his message to celebrate life and of human values with his English and Sanskrit style unique concerts in diverse settings. And I absolutely love his voice and I love his singing. And that's why one of the reasons is that everybody's going to be here for a very special treat to hear Jeremy sing. Currently, as I mentioned, Jeremy is on the other side of the globe, where he's currently a kindergarten teacher and a creativity coach, and he's transforming lives of millions and thousands of children and uplifting them and sharing his celebrating life and his music with everybody. So, welcome again, Jeremy.
Thank you. Thank you.
We're here to rock it out for our viewers.
Okay, let's do it.
Okay. So, Jeremy, firstly, before we get into music and songs, as I mentioned, I'm reading your book, loving it. Every line, literally, it's so much fun. What I love about your book is how you have described your entire life story in detail, right? Going from partying to
Oh,
meditation and a
yes.
spiritual seeker, going from all the health challenges and now having this amazing fitness routine. And by the way, you look great.
Thank you. Same to you.
Fantastic work.
Thank you very much.
Yeah, and I love how you described all the health challenges and obstacles that you overcome through your spiritual and meditative and yogic practices. That's amazing. I just love it. I love the transformation that you share about in your book.
Yeah, that's really great. And I still do these practices every day, and I'll share a little bit more about that. Yeah.
Super. Jeremy, uh, in the beginning of your book, I love how you describe your musical journey.
Mhm.
um, you used to like music and you grew up in an environment of music, but you
Yeah.
didn't sing or didn't play any musical instrument. So how did that come up? How did you become this amazing singer and learn the guitar? So how did that happen? Can you tell us a little bit about that first?
Yeah. It's very interesting, my musical background. So I was born into a musical family by way of my father. He's a pastor, a singer songwriter. By the way, John Acapinti, he's 83. He's still writing, recording, and publishing songs every day right now on YouTube and Facebook. It's all kinds of miracles there. Anyway, his room, his music room, his office was right below my bedroom. So he would always end loud. He would play his, electronic drums, keyboard, accordion, boom, 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 these rhythms. So this is what I grew up with, even at a young age. And to be frank and honest, which I do share a little bit in the book, me, my sister, and my brother, we really didn't like his music, because it was loud and it was different. And, we liked the pop music, and so did my mother. And of course, I shared that in the book. Anyway, these rhythms, uh, they came up to the ground, they came up to the floor, and they got instilled in me, along with the genetics. So my mother says, you should get my mother on here, Rose Occupanti. She turns 82, and she's a very enthusiastic. She's my number one fan, and she loves Guru Dave and more. But she has a lot of stories to share with you too. She
Yeah,
said
and
I
I
was
love
hyper.
how
Yeah,
you've described your relationship with
yeah.
your mom. She sounds like so much fun to hang out with.
Yeah, she's great. Talk to her every day, wherever I am in the world. Great, great joy of technology. Okay, so she said I was hyperactive. I could never sleep. I could never sit still. But she said I love the rocking chair. And it's a great name too, right? Rocking. It's, again, the rhythms of that, the soothing, and she would sing to me. So she says I would run around the house, and I remember this, and I added it in the book, of course, singing songs like Elvira, Bop. And then all of a sudden, 6, 7 years old, Michael Jackson came on the TV, and that was it. I was the biggest fan of Michael Jackson. I had the hat, the gloves, the coat, the poster, the albums, and I turned into a Michael Jackson impersonator. 6 years old, seven. I was doing the dance, whipping, yeah, the best I
You
could.
were not alone, Jeremy, all of us.
Yeah, the whole world was, Michael Jackson was on top of the world, and I was 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 years old. So this music, these rhythms, everything hit me. And of course, Madonna and Phil Collins, we had such great music, growing up in the 80s. So this was a foundation. But the very interesting thing, like you said, I never took after my father like that. I never learned an instrument. My sister learned a piano and she cried every day and then she quit. Pretty typical story of, students around the world, which I still see this day, which is sad. But I never had the patience to do that, nor did my father have it to teach me. Anyway, the Michael Jackson thing and the singing in public went away when the ego started building, and this happens. And so as a teenager, I would have my yellow Sony Walkman and I'd go back to the woods or go for a walk and I'd be singing to myself, dreaming of singing, dreaming of sharing, for thousands and thousands of people. I had a picture of Jim Morrison of the Doors around my neck my first 2 weeks of college. I remember at Keystone College. And that was my dream, to be Eddie Vedder or Pearl Jam. They're, Seattle bands and all this. But I kept it inside, mostly inside. Started going to see Pink Floyd when I was a senior, and the Grateful Dead my first 2 years of college. And these concerts just, again, changed my life in many ways, especially the Grateful Dead, where people were being free and dancing. Of course, I was kind of stiff as an 18 and then a 19-year-old kid, but I knew that I could see the path ahead. Like, oh, I need to be this free. I want to be this free. This is, you see kids dancing and people spinning around and totally hippie free. And that's something that really, uh, hit a chord within me. So there it
So then
was.
what
There I
unlocked?
was. Yeah, there it was. So that led me up into getting into spirituality. Moved to San Diego, and I was from a young age I was suffering with asthma. And I took the Art of Living course, which was called the basic course back then, Sky Breath Meditation, Happiness course, went through a lot of names. And I had a miraculous healing experience. It just, my chest just opened up and I was able to breathe. And after the course, as I shared in my book, and no spoiler alerts, but I have to share this now, I walked on the beach and I just started singing a song. I don't even know if it was a song or if I was writing it. I was just singing. And for the first time in many years, 10, 11, 12 years, I felt like a child again. I felt free again. I felt creative. And of course, I felt happy. In that moment, there were two things that hit me. One, something beautiful, this innocence, this creativity, this joy, this childlike innocence had returned. And number two, it's only going to get better. I was so excited. Went on to practice Kriya every day and learn Sahaj Samadhi meditation, going to satsangs where they were singing these English and Sanskrit songs every Wednesday night. But the biggest thing that happened to me in creativity was about 9 months after practicing Sudarshan Kriya, I wrote my first poem. It was a love poem. Full story in the book.
Yes,
It was a
full
poem.
story in the book.
Yeah.
I
I
read
wanted to I
it.
wanted to express my more than friends feeling, typical boy meets girl stuff. I was 20 years old
Yeah, totally.
and I didn't know how to do it. And all of a sudden, there's the paper and pen. And I was like, wow, I wrote a poem, cheesy poem, elementary style poem, kindergarten style poem. It was
But
a poem.
Jeremy, I wanted to ask you one thing that in your book, I read, so again, spoiler alert, but you were not a songwriter. So
No.
the your meditation and your breathing and all unlocked that creativity in you,
It
right?
did. It did.
It's amazing.
Yeah, it opened up a world of creativity and confidence and all of that. It was like I was like that 5, 6 year old kid doing the Michael Jackson stuff, but I was 20, 21, and I'm 46 right now. I know I look younger. I know. Thank you, Gurudev Sri
Definitely.
Sri Ravi Shankar for the Sudarshan Kriya. um, so that's it. And that's a great thing about the spiritual path. When we're children, we have the human values. I teach 3, 4, 5 year olds for most of my career for the last 22 years. It's great being around them and we love being around them. If somebody doesn't like being around children, they are stressed and tense. So what is it? The human values. We love the innocence, the joy, the creativity, the belongingness, the laughter, the fun, the willingness to help out. See, but as children, they're bound, right? They're bound by childhood. They're totally dependent. But when those human values come back in adulthood, like they did in my life starting at age 20, then we are superheroes. We're super moms, super teachers, super uncles. I'm an uncle, a proud uncle. I had to throw that out there. And then life becomes a great expression of joy, a total expression of joy. And then we're helping people. And
Yeah.
then we have a deep, just an intense, deep meaning in our life,
Yeah.
to
I
be
mean, it
productive. Yeah.
unlocks potential, it unlocks
Right.
creativity, it unlocks
Right.
talent, it unlocks
Mhm.
everything that
That's right.
probably got, because as you said, of the ego, it got suppressed or pushed in the
Right.
back corner. So it just, as you said, it just helps us blossom in all
That's right.
aspects of our life,
That's right.
right?
That's right.
So lucky for us that you turned singer and songwriter and poem writer. There are a lot of poems in the book, I must say, and I enjoy reading. I read all your poems twice because,
Oh, thank you.
it's fun. Right. So, Jeremy, as you shared, right, have your spiritual practices helped you to start singing back again, but also the guitar. You learn to play the guitar at a very later stage. Like usually people will say, learn an instrument in your early childhood or
Right.
even in your
Right.
beginning teens.
Yeah.
But you learned it very much in your late 20s,
Yeah.
if I got that age right.
23. Yeah. 23, 24. I taught myself guitar, piano, and singing at the same time by default.
Self-taught. I love that.
Yes. Yeah. Yeah. Self
You
taught.
would just draw inspiration, you would attend the Art of Living satsang. It's in the book again.
Mm.
But I'm not reading out your book to everybody. There's a lot.
Yeah.
But I just do want to share that I love how you would go to these satsangs and you would hear our singers, the Art of Living
Mm.
singers, sing. You would be so inspired.
Yeah.
And of course, now you're inspiring so many other
Mm.
people to
Yeah, those
create.
satsangs were that's a life changer. And when I went to my first satsang and they were singing Ganesh Shadam and Jaya Jaya Shiva Shambho and this, all these songs, it was that moment where I thought, yes, this is the music I've been looking for, this lifetime, if not beyond. And there was a total connection. My teacher, Lucinda Robertson, she said, when you sing in the chorus, act like you're leading it. And I took that and ran with it times a million. And she would say
Super.
the line, and in the chorus I would sing, just like I was Michael Jackson, in a big concert in Shanghai or Japan. I was, probably off tune, and I didn't mispronouncing the Sanskrit lyrics, but it was a total joy. And that there was so much growth in that. That,
Hmm.
yeah. And there still is.
Absolutely. And
Yeah,
all your
still is
dreams
every
come
day.
true, right? All
That's
your
right.
dreams did come true,
That's
Jeremy.
right.
Now you have big concerts and
Yeah.
very unique concerts in diverse settings. I love that. That's so
Mm,
amazing that you took your
mm,
gift out to share with the
mm.
world. So, Jeremy, of course, we're not going to just talk and have this conversation because now that you've already shared so much about how high energy the satsang is, and you have your guitar ready, your mic ready,
Yes.
and everything set
Yes.
up. Maybe you can give us a little glimpse of the joy, that expression through some of your favorite bhajans, and perhaps if you wanted to explain a little bit about the bhajan as well, that will help the
Okay.
viewers understand.
Okay.
But start singing, Jeremy, because that's your biggest gift amongst all the amazing gifts that you have.
All right. Thank you. What a joy here on a Sunday morning. Like I grew up in church, so this is about the church time. It feels like a great, a great merriment here. All right. Yes, I have my guitar and the mic all set up. So this is a traditional song, right? Gurudev Sri Sri Ravi Shankar says, "Our souls long for the ancient, while our minds we always chase after the new." Right, the new, whatever's new in style. This one always, I feel like I'm singing thousands of years ago. You know, Ananda Nanda Gopala means joy, means bliss, happiness. And great thing with these Sanskrit songs, when you sing it, you experience the meaning. It's not like you have to sit there with, oh, what was that one? That was Om, okay, Bhagavate, that means, then you're just in your head.
Yeah, no, I
But
have to
when,
agree. Like, whenever
yeah,
I attend satsangs and I hear a certain song, the
yeah,
vibration resonates in different
exactly.
ways, but it's mostly joy. But
Yeah.
of course, the finer vibrations sink into our consciousness.
Mm,
So
yeah.
go for it, Jeremy.
All right. Hey Nanda Nanda Gopala, Ananda Nanda Gopala. 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 Hey Nanda Nanda, Ananda Nanda, Yadunanda Nanda Gopala. Hey Nanda Nanda, Ananda Nanda, Yadunanda Nanda Gopala. Hey Nanda Nanda Gopala, Ananda 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 Nanda Gopala. Hey Nanda Nanda, Ananda Nanda, Yadunanda Nanda Gopala. Hey Nanda Nanda, Ananda Nanda, Yadunanda Nanda Gopala. Oh, amazing grace, how sweet the sound that saved a little boy like me. I once was lost, but now I'm found. Was blind, but now I see. Was blind, but now I see.
Beautiful. That was indeed meditative and
Thank you.
so joyful.
Thank you.
Thank you, Jeremy. Thank you so
Thank
much.
you. Oh, my pleasure. That's to play that song. There's just one line in that song. It just takes me extra special. But yeah, it's just an honor to be able to sing these ancient traditional Sanskrit bhajans and to sing ones that are the living devotees,
Mhm.
especially Divya Prabha, have written, and to be able to come up with my own too. That's another great honor. And then on top of all that, just to share it, and that's what that bhajan means: sharing. Satsang, the whole thing is sharing, getting together, like-minded people, talking some knowledge, singing together, meditating, and it's been such an important and beautiful part of my life for the last over 26 years now. So, and it
Wonderful is that,
continues.
and so very fortunate, right?
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yeah, and I feel so fortunate too to be able to do this now on Saturday nights from going to partying and
Yes. Yes.
to now, really connecting with
Right.
myself. And I think that's the joy that, for me too was, and that's why I resonate with your book a lot because it's just so much joy. And then that helps you
Right.
connect with who you really are instead of just getting stuck in the outwardly. And
Right.
I think the bhajans and the Sanskrit chanting that you do really brings that. And also your book. So, Jeremy, thank you so much.
Thank you.
Unfortunately, our time's up, but so maybe another time we can do
Oh,
an hour
definitely.
long. So,
Oh, that would be great. Anytime. You let me know.
thank you so much. I'm sure that this little glimpse, I'm going to get a lot of comments and messages that can we do a little bit more, a longer satsang, and I'll reach out to you. And of
Okay.
course, you're doing a tour here in the United States in June, so people can come and see you and see your concert, and perhaps you'll even come here live at
I
Sacramento.
will.
Yeah,
I definitely will come back to Sacramento. Yes. Yes. It's been a
super.
while since I was on tour there. Yeah.
Yeah. So, thank you, Jeremy. Thank you so much again.
Thank you, Milani.
I just want to share with all our viewers that this book is is amazing right here. This book is amazing, and I want to, of course, I want to thank Jeremy for coming and sharing on our channel, but I want to thank him for writing this book.
Oh,
Uh,
thank
yeah, I just feel that in the book, I see a lot of, there is something for everybody. Like, the experiences that you share of healing, of courage, of transformation, of health, it will resonate with everybody.
you.
Like, everybody is going to feel, oh, I went through this. And then when they see that what you learned from it, I'm sure that people will feel that they can learn and they will come out of that obstacle and that unfavorable situation, right?
Yes, I sure hope so. And that's, what was in my heart and in my mind, obviously writing the book,
Hmm.
sharing, I'm healing, I'm, becoming a better person writing the book. but who is, this is for readers, this is for my family, this is for my hometown friends, this is for Art of Living volunteers, and beyond that, this is for people who I don't even know or never might even get to meet who are reading this book. There's so many nice reviews that I'm reading on Amazon, and I'm getting emails and messages,
Mhm.
and it's so inspiring. And I'm just so happy and grateful that the second book, Dying to Live, is, well, the it's the first draft is almost complete. So
I can't wait for that
yeah,
already.
yeah. Yeah.
You have to give me a signed copy this time, Jeremy.
I will.
So, for everybody who's interested, I have the tags for Amazon link in the description box of this video. And also, I'm going to link you to Jeremy's social media. Please follow him. He does, all his songs, his music is all in there. So you can, this is just a little glimpse, and he's got a lot more going. Just a little glimpse. He's got a lot more up on his social media, so definitely, enjoy the piece that he has put out in this world and that he shares from his heart. And thank you again, Jeremy, for being the
My pleasure.
inspiration that you are.
Oh, likewise, you too. I'm such a big fan of yours for many years, Milani. So thank you. And I look forward to our next interview.
Thank you, Jeremy. You have a
All right.
great day. And everybody, thank you all for listening. I am 100% sure you enjoyed this session and you're going to go right into that Amazon link and get Jeremy's book and follow him on his social media. Have a great one, everyone. Bye bye.
Thank you.